All right, welcome.
欢迎。
Thanks for coming.
欢迎你们来。
I'm Shawn, and I'm with Church and Casualty, Church Mutual Insurance.
他是 Shawn， 他是从 Church Casualty Mutual Insurance Company.
Yeah, we're the oldest and the largest insurer of churches in the United States.
所以他们是在美国国内最大保险教会的公司。
And the statistics I'm going to give you from today's presentation
我今天给的数据
come from our own research.
是从我们自己的研究里面拿出来的。
So it's not from the media or from anyone else. It's all claims inside of churches.
所以不是从别的地方听来的，或是电视上报道，是全部我们自己保险公司里面的数据。
Okay, so let's pray.
我们祈祷告。
God, thank you for this day.
天父，我们谢谢你。
God, I pray that you open up our eyes and our ears
愿你今天打开我们的眼，打开我们的耳朵，
to hear what you want us to hear.
去能够听到你要我们听到的。
God, this is a sad and unfortunate thing that happens with people.
主啊，这些事情或许发生都是很难过的。
And I pray that your light would expose this sin.
那希望你的亮光能够照在这些罪上。
In Jesus' name we pray.
靠耶稣基督的名祷告。
Okay, you guys can take notes if you like.
你若要做笔记的话，可以。
Okay, and some of the pages that I have up here, they have in the back, and you can download it later.
然后我上面放的投影片后面也都会有，所以如果需要的话，我们待会可以传给你们。
This is the overview of what we're going to go over.
我们今天要谈的是这几样。
Claims, risk, prevention, and counseling.
所以索赔、风险、预防跟怎么做咨商。
How many of you are pastors in here? Raise
有
your
多少
hand.
在这里是牧師的，請舉手。
How many of you work with youth? Raise your hand.
在这帶青少年的有多少
Okay. Okay, so pastors,
牧師們，
tell your volunteer workers
你必須告訴你來教會的志工、義工，
and your youth workers
然後
some of this information.
回去必須要讓你教會的一些志工跟你帶青少年的同工知道。
Just a little bit about us. We've been around since 1897.
所以公司從1897年就成立了，
And we insure about 90,000 churches.
所以大概接受9萬家教會的保險。
Okay, so here's some surprising statistics.
那这里是一些蠻驚訝的數據。
Nationwide, Church Mutual has defended on average 250 sexual misconduct claims per year for the past 10 consecutive years.
所以全国来说，Church Mutual 每年大概有承保了250件性騷擾的案件，在過去的10年當中。
That means just in churches alone, there's 250 claims
所以就是只有在教會裡面就已經250件
of sexual misconduct.
是性騷擾的案件。
90% of them prove to be true.
90%都是真的。
And it occurs in all demographic, racial, ethnic, socioeconomic, and religious groups.
但是它發生的是所有的族群地方任何都會就是發生這樣子。
Last time I checked, if you're a person, you're capable of sinning, and so this can happen to anybody.
但是如果我們是人，我們都可能犯罪，所以每個人都可能發生。
60% of the reported abuse in churches are adult to youth.
所以在教會裡面，這些傷害當中，從大人到對待孩子到青少年是60%。
24% is child to child.
但是這些兒童對兒童的騷擾就是24%。
I'm going to tell you a terrible story.
我告訴你一個很難過的故事。
Right here, about 30 minutes north in Carson,
在这里30分钟往北，在 Carson，
there was a 5-year-old girl at a Christian preschool
有一个5岁的女孩在一个基督徒的幼稚园里面，
who abused 2 boys.
然后她伤害了2个男生，
They're all 5.
通通都5岁，
5 years old.
都5岁。
It shut down the church and the preschool. It's a terrible thing.
因为她这么做，所以幼稚园也关了，教会也关了。
The kids went around the corner,
然后孩子是到从这个转弯的地方，
and there were no parents or no church members watching.
所以他们在一个角落里面，然后没有家长，也没有人看到。
And that resulted in one of the worst claims in the last 5 years.
在过去这5年，这件案件是让保险公司处理很棘手的一件。
Okay. And then 16% of reported abuse in churches are adult to adult.
然后所以16%的性骚扰的这种案件呢，是大人对成人是16%。
One of the new categories we're looking at is abuse to senior citizens.
那另外我们再看到的是，要新开始检讨的是对于老年人的骚扰。
16% of our claims, surprising,
16%，很惊讶，
are to adults.
就是对大人。
1 out of 5 cases has multiple victims.
那五分之一的案件是有很多数的受害者。
More than 1 child or more than 1 person involved.
也就是说，在那当中其实不是只有1个人。
This is very important.
这很重要。
Most abuse takes place within the context of an ongoing relationship.
那这些伤害，它都是在一个已经长久维持有关系的状况下发生的。
A relative,
或许是个亲戚、
a friend,
一个朋友，
a friend of the family.
或者是家庭的朋友。
20% of sex offenders begin their activity before the age of 18.
所以有20%的这些性侵害者，他们在18岁以前就开始有这样侵害的行为。
Okay, why are churches at risk?
那为什么教会有风险？
Lack of screening, lack of training, lack of supervision.
因为我们的去检查这个人不够，训练不够，然后去监督不够。
So you have to ask yourself the question,
所以我们要问我们自己这个问题：
what would a new attendee need to do to work with children?
所以如果有一个新的人来，然后他们要帮助我们的小孩子们，我们需要做什么？
Do you know them?
你认识他们吗？
Have you done a background check?
你有去看过他的背景吗？
That may sound ridiculous,
这样听起来可能有点过分。
but in the United States, they're requiring these background checks on everyone that works with children.
但是在美国来讲，每一个要做儿童工作的人都必须要看过他们的背景，要查过的。
It's what's expected of all churches.
所以每个教会应该也要做这样的事。
Do you know what a mandatory reporter is?
你知道什么叫做一定要通报的人？
Yes, no?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you know what a mandatory
如
reporter
果
is.
你知道什么叫 mandatory report， 就是你有义务要通报，义务
Okay.
通报者。
If you're a pastor,
如果你是牧师，
you're a mandatory reporter.
你就有你义务必须要通报。
What does that mean?
什么意思？
It means that you must report within 36 hours
意思是你在36小时之内，
within someone telling you about abuse.
如果有人告诉你他被伤害了，
What is abuse?
有什么来定义伤害呢？
We have a new word, it's called maltreatment.
我们有一个新的字是不好的对待，不对的对待方式。
Physical neglect,
或许你可以有肢体上的疏忽，
physical abuse,
肢体上的伤害，
sexual abuse,
性侵害，
emotional abuse,
情绪上的侵害，
emotional neglect.
那或者是情绪上的措施。
All of these are categories that you must report.
那这些东西你都需要通报。
Who are the most vulnerable of all of our children?
所以我们孩子里面是谁是最容易受伤害的呢？
Ages 0 to 3.
从0到3岁。
And in America, in the United States of America, 5 children a day die of abuse.
然后在美国，一天当中会有5个小孩因为被伤害或虐待致死。
Did I tell you how long you have to report the abuse?
我刚刚告诉你多久要通报。
Oh, you are listening. Good.
36小时，都有在听。
36 hours. That's by law.
规定，那是法律上规定，36小时就必须要通报。
So I'm going to read you a list of mandatory reporters.
所以我要把这个一定要必须通报人的这些身份告诉你们。
Clergy.
神职人员。
Or pastor.
牧师。
Child care provider.
那如果你是带儿童的人。
Do any of your churches have a daycare?
那教会里面有幼儿园或是 daycare。
Anybody have a daycare?
教会里面有 daycare 的。
This one is interesting.
然后这个很有趣。
Anyone whose duty requires direct contact and supervision of children.
就是任何一个人，他们的工作是直接跟儿童有关系的人。
Many of your volunteers
那表示教会里面很多的同工
at church could be considered mandatory reporters based on this. This is California law.
所以他现在这是加州的法律，所以很多加州同工带儿童的这些同工都是必须通报者。
But most of the states are the same as regard to mandatory reporting.
所以每一州都差不多。
This is a good page to write down.
然后这个是我们把它写下来，对我们是有帮助的。
Or take a picture. Yes.
或是照个相都好。
How do you screen potential volunteers that are going to work with kids?
那我们怎么样去查背景呢？是哪些背景需要查呢？
Church membership.
要查他们教会的记录。
An application.
需要一张申请表格。
You can get that on our website for free.
所以你如果是直接去保险公司的网站上就可以拿下来。
You don't have to be a customer.
你不需要是保险公司的客人。
You can do a reference check.
你可以去问他们的朋友。
Megan's Law.
Megan's Law.
If you type that into Google, it'll come up and you can put in your zip code or your city.
然后你如果把你去 Google， 然后找 Megan's Law， 然后就可以放你自己教会的zip code， 它就告诉你。
It's scary if you do it for your home address.
如果你是用自己的家的地址的话，还蛮可怕的。
It'll give you a list and a location of everyone that has sexual abuse convictions.
那 Megan's Law 就是说，它会告诉你在哪里是性加害者住的地方，就是曾经被判过罪的性加害者住在哪里 ，Megan's Law 都会把那个图表告诉你。
You can do fingerprinting.
或者是叫他验指纹
，and then background check.
然后去查他的背景。
This is the company that we endorse, but there's many companies.
然后这家 Safe Gathering 是保险公司用的一家专门去查背景的公司，但是还有其他公司做这些事情。
They're nationwide.
然后这是全美都有的。
This is another page that has a bunch of good ideas. There's a sheet that I'm going to pull up. It's going to be too small to read on this, but it has 6 key laws or principles.
所以这张上面也是一些我们可以知道去查什么样子的东西，调查这个人。然后待会我会再拉一张同一篇上去，那个会因为太小字，你们可能看不大清楚。但是那张上有6样你们可以注意的事情。
It'll give you good ideas on how to screen potential employees and volunteers.
但是那6样可以帮助我们知道怎么样去查要工作的人的背景。
These are all great ideas. The last one is very important.
那最后一个很重要，
Maintain strict confidentiality.
一定是要保密的。
Even if you believe someone did something wrong,
就算你相信有人做错事了，
you can't tell the whole church.
你不能让全教会都知道。
I think that's clear.
这应该很清楚啊。
Do you guys have that handout for the Richard Hammers? They're going to try to pull up a handout. I'll show it to you. We have this for download.
然后现在在找刚刚他送上去的一张 handout。
Yes. So that you can download this. I don't know. Someone will have it. Maybe Amy can help you, or I don't know. Someone will be able to have this, but it's a great. If you do these 6 items.
所以现在这个叫 Richard Hammer's Guide， 然后所以如果你是上网去查也会有，那或者是我们待会可以把这个档案传给你，或什么东西都可以。但是这有6样东西是可以帮助我们去查一个人的背景。
You'll truly be protecting your children and your church.
因为你如果做了这6件事情，你真的是对你的教会跟对教会的人是一个保障。
Okay. Looks like they've got it pulled up, and so, like we said, you can download it later.
那你可以，我们待会可以传给你。
Good work here. That's okay. We can go back to the PowerPoint. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, principles of supervision.
然后现在要谈论的是监督。
I'm going to go over this relatively fast.
所以监督我们很快的带过去。
Real fast. As risk increases, supervision should be increased.
所以当你风险增加的时候，你监督就应该跟着增加。
Does anyone do any overnighters with youth?
有没有跟青少年过夜？青少年过夜。
If you do an overnighter, there's increased risk.
因为如果你有过夜，风险就增加。
So more adults.
所以就要加更多的大人。
Have you heard the 2 adult rule?
有没有听过2个大人的律法？
2 adults always when working with kids.
就是当你是跟孩子的时候，一定是永远是2个大人，至少是2个大人。
And when I say kids,
那我说小孩
0 to 18.
0到18岁，这都算孩子。
Risk increases as isolation increases.
然后当你的越来越独立的时候，有独立的空间，越来越与人分开的时候，风险就增加。
Like a hike in the mountains.
譬如说，你带孩子们去爬山，
There's less people around.
没有很多人在那附近，
So have 2 adults around.
所以一定是2个大人要在那里。 不要 click。
Risk increases as accountability decreases.
所以他说如果你彼此的监督，知道会降低少人看到的时候，你的风险也就同时间增加了。
Again, 2 adults.
一样的道理，就是2个大人。
Principle 4, risk increases when there is an imbalance of power and control.
那如果在你那里面有权力不平均的时候，或是你控制不好、控制力不够的时候，你的风险也会增加。
The last bullet point is very important.
那最后一个很重要，
Children with children avoid the age difference of 5 years.
所以如果当你是孩子跟孩子在一起的时候，中间的岁数尽量不要超过5岁。
Anybody sleeping? I see some sleepers.
这样有人睡着吗？
Just kidding. Okay, the next one is really important.
再来是很重要的一件事情。
This is a great one to take a picture of again.
这个也是很好，可以照个相做个记录。
If you can afford it, put windows on your doors.
所以如果可以的话，在门上面要装窗玻璃。
Lock the rooms that aren't in use.
然后没有用的教室的门都要锁上。
Do you know why we lock the rooms that aren't in use?
为什么门要锁上呢？
So no one could take advantage and bring a child in there or do anything nefarious.
所以没有人有办法带个孩子躲到一个房间里面。
Leave no room for isolation.
所以没有一间房子是空的。
Again, I'm going to beat this one with it's a bad saying. I'm going to 2 adults in every room, right?
一定是同时要2个大人在一起。
This one we don't need to worry about.
我们不需要看这个。
Okay, pastors, wake up.
所以牧师们现在很重要哦。
This one is important for you.
这个对你们很重要。
They all are, but
大家都每件事都很重要，是这个很重要。
do you do marriage counseling?
你会不会做婚前辅导
or individual counseling?
个人辅导
Biblical counseling?
用圣经来做辅导。
If you do, these guidelines are very important.
如果你会有做辅导的话，这些也很重要。
Establish a time in the week that you're going to be counseling.
所以你必须要很确定的时间
Same location.
同样的场所
Frequency and number of sessions.
然后一共你要辅导几次，多频繁。
Establish guidelines for topic of discussion and the people involved.
所以必须要你讨论的话题这个范围都要画好。
Create accountability through proper supervision.
然后一定要有人知道，要监督你们。
And then if someone is really high-risk situation, have another adult.
但是如果你发现说，当你在做辅导的时候，你觉得风险在增加当中，那就要人进来陪你一起。
Okay, pastors, you can go back to sleep.
好，可以再回去睡了。
This is important. Again, these red flags.
然后有什么东西是警告呢？
In this world today,
所以我们活在这个世界里面，
it's easy for all of us to be distracted,
我们很容易就被影响，
especially at church,
特别在教会里，
because you have a big job to do.
因为你有个很大的工作要做，
But you need to wake up
但是你必须要很警醒，
and see sometimes what's obvious, but you're not paying attention.
很多时候很多事情其实很明显，但是因为你很忙，所以你都没有去注意到。
Do you see a kid that's dressed improperly for the weather?
你有没有看到一个孩子，或许跟着天气穿得很不合天气？
That could be a sign of neglect
或许他没有人照顾，
or abuse.
或者是有人虐待他，
So we have to pay attention.
所以要注意。
Jesus paid attention and he noticed people often.
那耶稣对于很不正常的情况的人很注意，
So we should too.
所以我们也应该这么做。
Is someone one of the most common cases for abuse in children is if their parents are going through a divorce.
然后对于虐待儿童最常发生的时候，其实是父母亲他们要离婚的时候。
So when the parents are going through a divorce, kids need extra love.
因为当父母亲要离婚的时候，孩子们需要更多的爱。
And that's where the bad people can come in and take advantage.
那因为那个时候坏人可能就会来用这个机会来虐待他们。
So be extra aware of the kids that are hurting.
所以我们必须要注意哪些孩子正在受伤害中。
Trust your gut or the Holy Spirit.
然后相信你自己，然后也相信圣灵的带领。
Okay, so here are the action plans for us.
所以这里是我们能做的事情。
I bet bet most of you don't do background. Does anyone do background checks?
我觉得我们不做，我们不会查背景。
Good.
还有2个教会在查背景，3个教会查背景。
I hate to tell you this, but you should all do background checks.
但是我必须告诉你，每个教会都应该要查你教会的每一个人的背景。
God forbid anything happens.
因为总不想坏事情发生。
The courts are going to expect that you have done the background check.
因为当什么事情发生的时候，法院会看你有没有查过这个人。
If you haven't done them,
那你如果没有
it's not good.
其实不好。
The church may close down.
教会可能会逼着关门。
Other bad things. You may lose your job.
你可能会失去你的工作。
Yeah, it's just do the background checks.
所以对你的同工或是要教小孩的这些人，我们做个背景的调查。
You can get them for $10.
10块钱。
So it's 2 cups of coffee today, right?
就一天2杯咖啡嘛，就是少喝2杯咖啡就可以查一个人了。
Okay. How many of you? This is training. This counts for training.
所以这个现在是训练的部分。
Your local insurance agent.
就你地方，你这附近的保险公司的经理人
should be able to train your church.
他们应该可以来教导你的教会这方面的知识。
Most likely they won't offer.
那很多时候他们不会主动来问你
，but tell them to do it.
但是你可以叫他们来
And they will.
他们就会来。
That's their job.
因为是他们的工作。
But they don't. It's extra time.
但是因为是多出来的时间。
And it should be free.
但是这应该要是免费的。
I did it for a church yesterday in Pasadena.
我昨天在帕萨蒂纳才教完一个教会。
And it's a big church.
很大的教会。
Yeah. So do it if you're big, small, or medium.
所以不管你教会的大小是什么，都应该要接受这样的训练。
Do yourself a favor. Go on churchmutual.com.
所以你回去以后到 churchmutual.com.
Most of the resources are free.
几乎上面的资料都是免费的。
Spend a half an hour.
就大概半个小时的时间。
It could save you a world of trouble.
可以替你节省很多很多的麻烦。
Here's some things to remember.
那有些事情我们可以记得。
Victims often remain silent.
被害人他通常是安静的。
Children often report to other children.
那孩子或是会跟另外的其他的孩子讲。
This is the hardest one. Educate your children on what is abuse.
那最难的是教导孩子被虐待是什么。
I have a form for you guys.
那我今天有带一个表格来。
They have it for download as well. We don't have to pull it up, but it's actually from the Foursquare Church.
然后这张表格是从一个四方教会来的。
And it's signs of neglect, signs of physical abuse, signs of sexual abuse, and signs of emotional damage. It's actually on the Foursquare website.
然后在这张上面就有4种不同虐待情绪虐待、性虐待、身体虐待的这种的一些标记。
Teach the kids what abuse is.
我们应该让我们的孩子知道什么样的情况下是被虐待了。
And of course, teach your adults as
那
well.
更重要的是要教我们的大人。
This will help you wake up.
然后这个我们看这张单子，其实你会醒过来的。
Leaders often miss the red flags.
因为很多的领导人，他们很多时候是没有看到这些警讯。
Why?
为什么？
Because we're busy.
因为我很忙。
We're focused on the gospel.
我们注重在传神的道上。
And other things.
其他的事情。
The church budget.
教会的经费。
Other important items, and so we miss kids and seeing them.
那所以我们就没有看到孩子们了。
And this is very important. Take all reported incidences seriously.
所以当他们来跟你说的时候，请你务必要把它看得重。
How long do you have to report it?
要多久之内要通报？36
hours. Okay, good. Excellent. How many of you are parents of children between the ages of 8 and 20?
有多少人的孩子是8岁到20岁的？
A few of you. Okay, good. This is for free.
然后这本书是免费的。
This book is amazing for those of us that are raising children in this digital world. It says parenting in the digital world. This guy was actually a police officer.
然后所以这本书是一个警察写的，那他是教导家长怎么在现在这个网络这个时代去帮助孩子。
And can I say this, and I mean this with a really good heart, but your kids and my kids are far better at technology than I am.
那你们的小孩跟我的小孩一定在电脑上比我们更好，更会。
And for some of you, you may be new to the United States of America.
然后对于我们有些或许是刚来美国
And new to the culture.
然后刚进入这个文化
But your kids are really fast learners.
但是孩子学得很快
They pick up the good and the bad.
他们学好的也学坏的
Do you know what the bad is?
你知道坏的是什么吗？
This helps.
那这本就会告诉你坏的是什么。
If you want to take a picture of it, I'll leave it up here.
所以我们放上面，如果你待会照个相去买这本书的话，是很大的帮助。
You can buy it on Amazon. I bought it for myself.
那这本是他自己的。
This was at my kid's school.
那这本是他的孩子的学校的时候，他们在介绍。
He's called the cyber cop. He calls himself the cyber cop. He was actually a policeman.
那个写书的这个人叫他自己是网络警察，他真的以前是个警察，但是他现在叫他自己网络警察。
So for those of us that are parents, this is a great resource.
所以如果你是父母亲，这本书对你很有帮助。
Any questions?
有问题吗？
I'd love to answer any questions if you have any.
如果有问题的话，我很乐意回答。
Yes. That's a great question.
所以通报要通报给谁呢？通报给警察吗？还是通报给总会呢？还是通报给保险公司？
Child Protective Services.
要通报给儿童保护的机构。
Child Protective Services has a phone number. How many of you live in California?
有多少是住在加州的？
Okay, and then everyone is from. So the number is different in each state and each county.
然后每一州每一个县都有不一样的这个 Child Protective Services 在里面。
Yeah. Child Protective Services.
然后就去找当地 Child Protective Services 的号码。
You should have that phone number listed somewhere at your church.
所以那个号码应该放在教会的某一个地方。
I have the Los Angeles County because that's where most of my churches are.
然后所以它是有 LA County 的。
Okay, great question. Any other questions? Yes.
You said there was a 36-hour. What about when it's child to child? What age says, do we call this or how do we address a young child to a young child?
Yeah, you still need to call 36 hours. So
所以如果就算是孩子对孩子，孩子告诉你说我被这个孩子虐待了，被伤害了，也是36小时要通报，即便是孩子对孩子。
even if it's adult to adult, like a senior, and say a 45-year-old man is abusing a senior, you still need to call I'd call the police. Maybe not Child Protective Services in that regard, but it's the police. If a child is involved, obviously you're going to call your local Child Protective Services.
然后如果有是大人对大人的虐待，譬如说大人虐待长者，看护虐待长者，这个就可以直接跟警察报。
Any other questions? No, absolutely. You're going to report to both of those. But to report to your insurance company and to report to your denominational head is very important. But you have to, by law, report to Child Protective Services.
所以当然也要报保险公司，应该报给总会，但那是第一件要做的事情，先报给当地公家机关的这些中心 Child Protective Services， 或是我是大人的话要先报警，因为那个报完以后就是36小时里面，因为加州法律规定一定要做那件事情，报完以后我们再通报保险公司跟总会。
That's the only one that you'll go to jail if you don't. You will go to jail if you don't report.
因为如果你被告知，但是你没有通报的话，你是可能被抓去的。
You can. It won't necessarily go, but you.
你不一定会被抓走，但是你有这个可能。
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Oh. Well, even if it's over 36 hours, you still report it to Child Protective Services. You say, yes, I'm reporting. When did it happen? You just tell them. You don't have to say, it's after 36 hours. You just tell them. Just report it, tell them. But just that's the time frame that they give us.
那如果说你是超过36小时，还是要打这通电话，就告诉他说我现在要通报。那他问你什么时候就照实讲，但是就是还是通报了。
Yeah, and then of course you don't want to tell the church.
但是请不要告诉教会，不要告诉会友们。
Yeah. Stalking, yeah. Then I would call the police. Then I would call a local attorney. Find out, yeah.
I have 2 sisters. They are both young adults. The older sisters are very protective of younger sisters.
Yes.
We have a new member came into the church. He posts some message on the Facebook, but according to us, the message are to everyone, not just to the younger sister.
Right.
But for some reason, they thought that message was directed to her. And they reported to our youth pastor, youth director.
Yeah.
And he interviewed the new member. And we concluded that it may not be true. But they insist that at church, that the male was looking at her directly. But we don't feel it's true.
Right.
And how should we take care of this type of problem?
Yeah.
So it's like he said, she said.
It's not an easy situation, is it? And I'm not going to give you the perfect answer because legally I can't give you what I say may not be exactly right for the situation because I don't know the exact situation. So that's why I wasn't kidding when I said maybe you contact a lawyer because they're actually a sexual harassment lawyer. There's lawyers that handle that directly. So if it's a big enough deal, then you probably should get some help because I'm an insurance expert. I'm not a sexual harassment expert legally in the courts. I'm an insurance agent that I know a little bit more than the average guy, but I'm not licensed legally to give legal counsel. So I would refer you, if you were my church and you came to me, I would refer you to one of our local attorneys that help. Or they're not employees, right? Nobody's an employee? Yeah, then that's the avenue I would go. That's the best advice I have for you. Anybody else have any ideas on that? Where
所以刚刚的问题是说，如果说是会友跟会友之间，然后其实不是很清楚到底是不是真的有这样子的性骚扰的情况发生，那可能就是你说你的，我说我的这种情况的话，然后怎么处理？那Shawn的建议是说，这种时候或许就是先咨询一个律师，专门做性骚扰案件的律师，他们比较知道法律的范围跟怎么界定。
Yeah.
But recently they came out to the training sessions. They say that you don't take care of the problem, we are not going back to English.
Okay.
But
So
we're going to take care of, as far as we are concerned, the male member is clear. He did not post any message that is inappropriate.
right. Yeah, I wish I had better advice for you. That's all I have for you.
那因为上次他是说他是做保险的，所以他没有办法给法律上的答案。对。
We need the wisdom of Solomon, is what we need, right? That's.
我需要所罗门王的智慧。
Yeah, I don't know. That's really. If you give me your card, maybe I can talk to some people at my office and and maybe I can get a better response for you. Yeah. Okay, good. Any other questions? Yeah.
I just want to know how we can decide this is something we have to report. Just like I think another
Right.
question.
Is it a criminal offense?
I'm saying you talk about it, if anything considered abuse,
Right.
we have to report. But I'm saying how we can judge it. This is abuse. We have to report. That's my question. Because if you say emotional neglect,
Right.
what's the definition of emotional neglect? For example, if just somebody angry to me, they don't talk to me anymore, that's considered emotional neglect?
Right. No, that's not emotional.
所以他的问题是说，怎么去界定什么是虐待，什么不是虐待，线画在哪里？然后怎么决定说我现在是要报还是不要报？
Otherwise, we may get in trouble.
对啊。
No, you won't get in trouble. It's like the Good Samaritan law. You cannot get in trouble for reporting to the Child Protective Services. You have indemnity. You cannot be, if you think someone is being abused and you report them and they're not being abused, nothing bad can come of you. It's just like if you help someone on the freeway, their car is burning and they're stuck in the car, you pull them out, and as you pull them out, you break their back. You cannot be held liable for that, at least in the state of California, because we have a Good Samaritan law in California. I don't know about the other states, but we have Good Samaritan laws. So as far as Child Protective Services, they want you to, if you think there's abuse or neglect, you can report it and you will not be in trouble. So you have to use your own good judgment, and you have to see if there's real signs. That's why maybe you could do some research on the signs of neglect and abuse, and then you can make a good decision from there.
Because you mentioned as a pastor with a mandatory report.
For sexual abuse, for sure. Not. Okay, go ahead.
For example, if someone said, I got a sexual abuse,
Right.
they told me,
Then you have to report it.
I have to report it.
Yes.
But how can I trust that person? That person reported it.
It's not your job.
Oh, okay. I only need to heard it, report. That's it.
Yes.
OK，所以我们需要做，如果有人告诉你说我被性侵了，你就要通报。那那个人是不是真的有被性侵？那跟你没关系，因为那个人跟你说他被性侵，所以你就通报，因为我们是必须要通报者。然后以后他是不是真的有被性侵，那是他再去做鉴定的。因为我们如果有通报，跟我们通报错了，我们也是有保护的。加州法律有至少在加州是有保护的，就是你不会。你就算通报错，你不会有麻烦。对。
Good. Any other questions? These are great. You guys are asking great questions. Really good. Yes.
Is there any time limit, like within 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years? I mean, when this incident happened, this incident happened 10 years ago, then the person reports, you have to report it.
As far as I know, there's no time. So, yeah. So if your uncle abused you 30 years ago, and that they're telling you, I just had this memory of my uncle abusing me when I was a child, you're a mandatory reporter. You report it.
所以，就算那件事情是发生在很久很久以前，然后那个人现在告诉你说我30年前被我叔叔性侵了，你也还是要通报。
If it's out of the statutory time, they'll do that. They'll take care of it on their end.
对，那如果是法律上他们可能追溯期超过这些东西，那是法律的部分，他们会去处理。
Any other questions?
我问你吗？
Everyone's excited to take a restroom break or
大家都已
yes.
经准备好去上厕所要去休息了吗？
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
谢谢你们来，谢谢你们让我来，谢谢。